Hello, welcome back to the Style Masterclass Podcast. I'm your host, Miss J, and I am, as always, excited to be here. If you are listening to this on wherever you get your podcasts, make sure you hit subscribe. If you're watching this live recording on YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a thing. All right, let's get into it. I want to talk to you about hand-me-downs and gifts. The season is upon us. 'Tis the season, folks. And this is where I find some squirrely shit starts to happen for a lot of my clients. We are so used to getting those gifts that everybody thinks is our style, the things that are our style, quote unquote. And I say this with all the love in the world. I had a client whose family bought her pink clothes. Everything was pink. And I think she actually liked pink. I don't know that she wanted that many pink items, but it became the thing. Her family was like, she loves pink. So everything was pink. I had a niece who loved the color blue. So for a few years there, we got her everything that was blue. And if you asked her, and she was a little kid at the time, what do you want for Christmas? She would tell you, I want something blue. So that's what we did. People get known for things. My mom collects cookie jars. So every time someone travels somewhere, they would bring her a cookie jar. Well, you can imagine the insanity this became after a few years. Now she has to sort of rotate the cookie jars out so she doesn't insult anyone. So all of them are displayed and no one gets their feelings hurt. And then some of them are seasonal and it's kind of a thing. And I'm not sure she necessarily wants to even do this anymore. So here's what I say. Let's have this chat now about what our game plan is for when we know our people are going to come to us and say, I bought you this thing because I know it's your thing. Number one, you have complete permission to graciously decline. I know this is going to be a really hard sell for some of you, which is why I started this one. Hear me out. You are allowed to say, hey, those hand-me-downs, that pile of pink shirts that you don't want, just because I like pink doesn't mean I want them either. So you'd say something like, oh, thanks so much. I'm not accepting any hand-me-downs or donations at this time, but I know this great place who would love them. If you'd like, I can donate them for you. Now, this person might be insulted, but they're going to have to manage their own mind. While you, out of respect for yourself, are not going to flood your closet with things that you don't actually wear, that you don't actually love, that you don't even want. Some of you are going to get gifts. And here's a beautiful thing. Those gifts may be well-intended, well sent to you with all the love in the world. But you may not like them, you may not want them. And that's okay. So sometimes it's awkward to, quote unquote, graciously decline a gift. So I'm going to offer you number two. It's okay to donate things sight unseen, sight unworn to charity if you don't particularly care for them and you're too embarrassed to ask for a return receipt. It's totally okay. In fact, I give you permission. I'm just handing out permission slips today, y'all. You can, number one, graciously decline, or number two, you can sight unseen, sight unworn, go ahead and donate things if you're too embarrassed to tell someone, not for me. And here's a third option for you. Make everyone know well ahead of time that you're listening to some crazy lady named Judith, aka Miss J, and you've been really loving her podcast. And you're working through some of the things that she's told you to do. So please, dear loved ones, please don't buy me any clothes this season. Don't buy me any scarves. Don't buy me any robes, pajamas, the random stuff that I get every year that I don't even wear, that I don't even like. Haha, just kidding. You don't have to go there. Just say, I'm listening to this lady. I'm working through everything she's telling me to do to up-level my style. And I'd like to hold off on anyone buying me any clothes or any clothing items until I've cleaned out my closet. I'll let you know when that is, but I'd rather you just didn't buy me that stuff this year because I'm really working hard on up-leveling my closet, cleaning out my closet, up-leveling my style, doing all these things this crazy lady told me to do. Blame it on me, folks. I'm giving you permission. Totally okay. I have some clients do this all the time. The random crap their mom bought them that they didn't ever want to wear but didn't know how to get out of it. Yeah, they blamed it on me. Totally okay with that, folks. If you're not comfortable with graciously declining and you feel uncomfortable donating something sight unseen or sight unworn, then blame it on me. I give you complete and total permission. Ms. J said I can't wear that anymore. Totally fine by me. This is kind of some practical stuff I want to walk you through because hand-me-down and gift season is upon us. But really, as always, I want to talk to you about some practical mindset stuff. We're all human. And it doesn't mean anything about the gift giver if you don't like the gift. You're not saying anything about their taste. You're not saying anything about them as the person. You just don't want the gift that they happen to be offering you. And that's okay. Where things get a little funky in people's minds is when someone declines a gift from them, however graciously, they make it mean something about them, their sense of taste, their sense of style, which is where these things get a little sticky. So I want you to also practice what you preach. Start to be the one who leads the pack by perhaps saying to the loved ones around you, if you don't like it, you can return it. Here's the gift receipt. If you don't like it, here's the store I bought it at. And yeah, I bought it on sale, but you have my complete permission to return it or donate it if you don't like it. My in-laws do this, and it freaked me out at first, I have to say. I remember the first time I went over there, they were opening presents, and I saw my father-in-law shake a box, hand it back to my mother-in-law, and say to her, give it to the boys. And nobody was, affected by this, completely nonplussed by the whole situation. And I was just like, oh my God, did he just do that? My husband's like, yeah. My mom is very adamant and kind of open to the idea. If you don't like something, please tell her. She'll give you the gift receipt. She wants you to get something you like. And it was such a novel idea for me. And it's so interesting because my mother-in-law doesn't make it mean anything about her taste or her style. She has excellent taste, excellent style, and she loves to buy you things that are really yummy and super duper duper soft. She's big into texture, which I really love. So I've got some really soft, deliciously yummy feeling things from her over the years. Some of it, although delicious and amazing feeling, just wasn't my style or it didn't fit me. It didn't mean anything about her. It didn't mean anything about my body. It didn't mean anything about anyone's taste or style. It just means I didn't like it and I didn't want to keep it. She didn't make that mean anything about her. I didn't make it mean anything about me. This is a mindset I want you to start working on. But we might need to prime some people for it, which means you, my darling glam gal, are going to lead the pack. You, my darling, are going to be the one who says, hey, if you don't like it, you can return it. If you can't return it, please donate it. Not a problem. Start to model the behavior for the other people that you would like to see returned back to you. Now, this might not always work, and some people might be low-key insulted still, but they're grown-ups, and they're going to have to manage their own thoughts and feelings, just like you're going to need to manage yours. Don't make it mean anything about you. Don't make it mean anything about them. And you can make this hand-me-down, gift-giving season so much easier on yourself. Let this one be easy. So to recap, your mission, should you choose to accept it, graciously decline, return, donate, blame it on Miss J, and really work on adopting the mindset that there's some things you're not going to want to keep. Doesn't mean anything about them. Doesn't mean anything about you. All right, that's what I've got for you this week. Miss J out.